begin with breaking news tonight out of Anchorage, where police confirm they shot a man in Midtown right before 2 this afternoon. Now, at last report, police described his injuries as life-threatening. We have been waiting to hear an update from APD headquarters. Investigative reporter Johnson Kuhn standing by with Midtown with what he's learned.
Yeah, Rebecca, those details are limited, but what we do know right now is, according to police, a man has been hospitalized with life-threatening injuries. And again, that's according to police. What we're not sure of yet is who all fired weapons. We're hoping to get that information here shortly when we join Joe Allgood live at the press conference at APD headquarters. But as you can see, there continues to be a large police presence in this area, with access cut off between Blueberry Road and Arctic Boulevard on 27th Avenue, as well as inside the parking lot of a business center where the shooting appears to have happened. That's in the 500 block of Northern Lights Boulevard. We're going to stay here live on the scene for 6, but right now we're going to go live to that press conference at APD headquarters.
As Johnson said, let's go to AP headquarters live with the latest information.
Right now, I just want to give as much information that we have to catch everyone up on kind of what we know at this moment in time. Officers responded to a robbery in progress. The victim fled a business into another nearby business. She had tape around her wrists and her mouth. When officers arrived, or while officers were en route to the scene, they were advised that the suspect was armed with a handgun. They were provided a description of the suspect, and they were also told that the suspect was attempting to gain entry into an ATM at the victim location. When officers arrived on scene, they made contact with the victim, and one officer observed someone matching the description of the suspect. That officer attempted to make contact with the suspect. Suspect did not respond. The officer provided commands to the suspect, at which time the suspect fled on foot. The officer eventually fired between 5 and 8 rounds, striking the suspect 2 times in the upper body. It is unknown at this point, because we didn't do an interview with the officer involved at the time, what the officer saw just prior to making a decision to fire his weapon. This incident was caught on body-worn camera. However, there was a little bit of an obstructed view with that body-worn camera, so it's not going to be clear camera footage as we typically would like to see on body-worn camera, but a body-worn camera was on and activated during the time of the incident. I also want to thank the officers that are involved for their rapid response to a high-risk call. They knew going to this call that it was a significant crime with a victim that had been bound, and there was a weapon involved. And just a continued dedication to the community in responding very rapidly to these high-risk calls for service. And with that, I'll take questions.
Yeah, I have a question. About how many officers responded to the scene?
Total that I know that were kind of in the near vicinity is 4, but exact officers that were on scene at the time in total, I don't have that number.
And were there any other weapons identified at the scene?
And that was Chief Sean Case with the Anchorage Police Department with an update about that officer-involved shooting that happened around 2 o'clock this afternoon. They said 5 to 8 rounds were fired by police. The suspect involved in this, the person who was shot, was hit 2 times in the upper body. They say this was a report for a person who was a victim bound for a robbery, and weapons were involved. Of course, this is a continuing situation that we will be following. The latest on alaskasnewssource.com.